everyone, I'm Maki. The Xi Gundam plays a leading role in the story of Hathaway's Flash. It is piloted by the protagonist Hathaway Noah and boasts impressive performance capabilities. Do you have any idea how Mafty obtained the Gundam? It's common knowledge that the Xi Gundam was developed by Anaheim Electronics. However, there is no clear answer to the question, why would Anaheim cooperate with anti-government terrorists? Today, let's work together to analyze why Anaheim cooperated in developing and supplying the Xi Gundam. Please support my channel by subscribing for just 99 cents a month. As a thank you, you will receive a name badge and comment stamps. Now, let's begin. First, let's take a look at some of the topics that are often discussed among fans. The first is that Quacksalver collaborated with them. He is also mentioned in the novel version of Hathaway's Flash. He is described as a general who once held an important position within the Earth-based forces of the Earth Federation. In the second volume, he is described as an older man. Then, in the third volume, Kenny speculates that he is probably the most intelligent and short-tempered person among the highest-ranking bureaucrats and cabinet officials. However, Quack never appears before the end of the story. He is first shown in the manga version. He is an elderly man who speaks kindly to Hathaway. However, it remains unclear whether this person is really Quack. Earth is an important place for the Earth Federation government, and it would not be an exaggeration to call it sacred ground. Quack held a position important enough to be described as a key post on this vital base. It would not be surprising if he had been able to move funds and supplies freely. According to this interpretation, Anaheim cooperated in the development of the Xi Gundam because they received support from someone like him. This seems like a very reasonable interpretation. However, whether or not this is true is up to each fan to decide. Another interpretation is described in an official reference book called Master Archive Victory Gundam. The book is sold on the premise that it was written by a journalist living in the Universal Century world. Therefore, we should bear in mind that its claims may be untrue. Anaheim faced serious difficulties during this era. The Lopez Declaration of Universal Century 0096 revealed the truth behind something known as Lopez's box. Consequently, Anaheim lost a great deal of its influence over the Earth Federation government. Additionally, the Earth Federation Forces Research Organization suddenly submitted proposals to the government regarding the next generation of military planning. Sunrise proposals, which included reductions in military spending, were not well received by Anaheim. A particularly important part of these proposals was the change in specifications for the next main weapon system, the mechasization of mobile suits. With each passing era, high-performance expensive mobile suits had grown larger. This became one of the defining characteristics of Anaheim's products. It is said that Anaheim developed the Xi Gundam and supplied it to Mafty in an attempt to combat this trend. They would equip the 28-meter-tall mobile suit with the latest Minovsky flight technology to achieve incredible performance. This would allow the new mobile suit to pose a threat to the Earth Federation government. Anaheim hoped that by doing this, the idea of multifunctional, high-performance mobile suits would be established. However, these are only conclusions based on a journalist's investigation. Whether or not they are true is up to each fan to decide. These are the two explanations most often discussed in answer to the question of why Anaheim cooperated with Mafty. Now, let's analyze this from a different angle to what we have discussed so far. I would like to examine the clues found in the story, written by Yoshiyuki Tomino. The key figure is Melanie Hukabine. He is the chairman and de facto leader of Anaheim Electronics. In the Zeta Gundam story, he is portrayed as a supporter of the Eugo. The novel version of Zeta Gundam provides more detailed information. He has handed over operational control of Anaheim Electronics to its president, Cowell J. Gavan. However, he also serves in several other high-ranking roles, including Director of the Lunar Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Board Member of the Earth Federation Commercial Communications Council, Chairman of the Granadic Commercial Liaison Council, and Board Member of the Earth Federation Assembly's Advisory Body for Commerce and Industry. The specifics of these roles are unclear, but they all appear to be of a very senior nature. It is interesting to note that Tomino deliberately gave Melanie so many positions with long and complicated names. Melanie was also responsible for choosing the name of the Agama, the warship aboard which the main characters sailed. He personally requested the name Agama and sent out the official notice. Shazanable and Brex 4 discuss the name. The word Agama is found in various religions, including Hindu scriptures and Buddhism. Shao speculates that the name may be based on Melanie's idealistic beliefs. Braxton agrees with Shao's interpretation. At the beginning of the Zeta Gundam story, the Eugo was a terrorist organization. Their enemy was the Titans, a regular military force belonging to the Earth Federation government. For Anaheim to deliberately cooperate with terrorists was extremely dangerous and offered almost no guarantee of meaningful benefit. Shao also wonders whether supporting the Eugo might cause Anaheim to collapse. Brex says that Melanie probably wouldn't mind if the company were destroyed. He describes Melanie as the kind of person who willingly provides service and support for the sake of society and its people. However, we should bear in mind that this is Brex's personal opinion as the leader of the Eugo. Nevertheless, the story tells us that Melanie acts according to the belief that serving society is more important than profit. So, what exactly does Melanie mean by acting for the sake of society? The Zeta Gundam Laserdisc includes background information about his written by Tomino. His intention is to relocate everyone on Earth to the space colonies in order to reclaim the Holy Land for its people. He is an entrepreneur involved in this kind of ethnic movement. This element will not be depicted in the anime series. Tomino considers this to be Melanie's guiding principle. The phrase, reclaim the Holy Land for its people, is highly mysterious and open to many interpretations. Could it refer to an ethnic group destroyed during the process that led to the formation of the Earth Federation government? However, this contradicts his stated intention to relocate everyone on Earth to space colonies. Melanie believes that Earth should be left uninhabited. Even if some people had been persecuted by the Earth Federation government, he believes this should not be treated as exceptions and that everyone should still relocate to space. One useful figure to consider here is Zeonjum Daikon. I introduced him in a previous program, and his philosophy plays a key role in the Universal Century series. Put simply, he believed that people should move to space and work to restore the environment on Earth. This philosophy was adopted by Geren Zobi, Jamida Hayam Haman Khan, and Charles Nabal. While the methods differed, their ultimate goal was to remove every human being from Earth. Having had everything up to this point, you may have noticed a new interpretation of the question, why did Anaheim cooperate with Mafty? The answer is that they did so according to Melanie Hugh Carbine's will. Mafty's position is that all of humanity should relocate to space. Its philosophy is that humanity should stop destroying the natural environment and give us time to recover. This aligns with Melanie's philosophy. But you've probably come up with a new question by now. How old is Melanie? Was he still alive at the time of Hathaway's Flash? The story takes place in Universal Centurio 105. Unfortunately, it is not known whether Melanie is still alive at this point. However, there are several clues. Melanie is 67 years old at the time of Zeta Gundam. That story takes place in Universal Century 0087. This would make him 85 years old in 105. While he would suddenly be elderly, it would not be unusual for him to still be alive. There is also information about Melanie in Anaheim Journal, a book presented as a magazine published by Anaheim Electronics in Universal Century 0099. Melanie responds to a reporter's interview questions. This suggests that he was still alive in 0099. He is described as being able to walk independently and enjoy activities such as taking baths. Furthermore, the novel version of Gundam F91 contains descriptions related to medical matters. The story is set in Universal Centurio 123. It is said that genetic medicine had become extremely advanced by this era. In fact, it had developed to the point where the Earth's Federation Assembly was discussing the issue of some wealthy people obtaining excessively long lifespans. This takes place after Melanie's era, but technology like this does not appear overnight. It is entirely possible that Melanie benefited from this kind of advanced medical technology. Examining these facts makes it possible to interpret Mafty's success in gaining Anaheim Electronics cooperation as resulting from Melanie Hugh Carbine's beliefs. Please remember, however, that today's discussion includes many of my own personal interpretations. Why do you think Mafty succeeded in obtaining the Xi Gundam? Was it due to Quacksalver's political influence and financial power? Was it part of Anaheim's commercial strategy? Or did Melanie Hugh Carbine sympathize with Mafty's beliefs? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching until the end. I'll see you again in the next program.